So for the last 5 weeks, we've been renovating our garden. We live in a new build house, and when we joined, it was completely bog standard, and we wanted to change it, didn't we?
Yes.
Ready for summer.
We knew when we bought the house that we wanted to do the garden up.
We've been working our little socks off, digging up way too much, and doing lots of bits around the garden. And in this video, we're going to show you the before and after. We're going to talk about what we did, and we're also going to go through the pricing and give you a tour of the garden too.
So when we started planning the garden, we always knew that we wanted to have Astroturf down, that we wanted to have some sort of decking so that we could sit outside in the sun.
And a pergola.
And the pergola, and then the rest of it kind of all slotted in as we were planning.
Yeah.
We planned our garden about 50 times, didn't we?
It changed all
we went
the
from
time.
one thing to the other, then back to the other. Then we ended up selling the shed, and then it all kind of slotted in from there.
Because we had no experience designing a garden before, we kind of just had to wing it and sort of figure out for ourselves what would be the best option for us. And we have gone for usability over the look, even though it looks great. What we had in mind was we wanted something that we could use a lot more than what we had.
Utilise the space a little bit more.
Yeah, because before it was just, you couldn't do anything.
We had like a tiny patio that was like 9 slabs in a square, basically. And then the shed took up like half of the width of the back of the garden, and the shed was where the sun was, so it was just completely pointless having the shed there.
So the first thing that we did is we ripped up all of our turf, and that was a bloody task in itself. That took us ages.
Oh, our fingers hurt so much. Although the turf wasn't like mega hard to rip up because it had only been down for what, a couple of months.
Yeah.
Like the pulling with your fingers, like obviously you don't really do that motion,
Yeah.
but that really ached our fingers and our forearms as well. Like we go to the gym and obviously there's DOMs. We had DOMs in our fingers. Like I actually felt like I'd done bicep curls.
Yeah,
with
little
my
bicep
fingers.
curls with your fingers.
They really hurt,
killed.
didn't they?
Yeah. Once we'd ripped up the turf, we then dug the foundations for the Astroturf, which
That we didn't actually have to do.
No, we didn't have to do. We dug way too much. We ended up hiring a skip. We filled that skip. We then emptied that skip back into the garden. And by the way, if you haven't watched any of the series of us doing the garden, you can click above and it'll link you through to the first episode and you can watch the whole thing. After we dug the foundations, we then just went ahead with the Astroturf, did everything we needed to. That was relatively easy with the help of my dad and my brother, wasn't it? But I think we kind of shot ourselves in the foot because we saved money by buying... That's really loud. Oh well. That's it. Oh, why didn't we just do that in the first place? Yeah. We saved money on buying rolls that were a bit harder to join, which meant it took us a lot longer, but we got there in the end, didn't we?
Yeah, and also another factor as well, when we were doing the Astroturf, it was like hailing and snowing outside.
Yeah.
So
we
like
got
trying
fed
to
up.
join, I'm really funny with things touching my hands, so trying to join Astroturf in the wet, it just made me cringe.
Yeah.
But we did it, didn't we?
Doing the Astroturf was the most tedious and most fiddly job. So if you want it to be perfect, I would recommend like either just dedicating a lot of time to it or just have someone come and do it. But we weren't that fussed about it.
It's not that hard. I mean,
it's not hard. It's just fiddly.
it was hard, but I mean, we did it.
Yeah.
This is the people.
You'll see in a
can't
minute, and you can judge how good of a job we've done. I think we've done a decent job, haven't we? Once we'd done the Astroturf, we then did the decking and the pergola. So we spent a full weekend doing the whole decking with the help of my mum and dad, which was just amazing. We are so thankful for those guys for helping us order all the materials and get it all done. If you're thinking about doing decking, if you don't have experience like we did, definitely speak to someone who's done it before, because there was so many materials that you had to order.
But it was just like a lot of hidden stuff for decking.
In terms of labour, the foundations were the hardest part because we had to put posts in the floor, make sure they were all level and everything. But actually putting the decking down and doing the top of the pergola was quite a fun job. Al wasn't here, but my dad was here. And we did that together, which was actually really enjoyable and probably the most fun part out of it all, seeing it all come together. In terms of our slabs, so before our centre path was off shifted to the right, wasn't central, so we decided to move that over to the centre of the garden so that it was even. We also added an extra row of slabs onto our patio just to extend it a bit, give us space if we want to have like a barbecue area or tables and chairs.
And we also extended it out as well, wider 2 slabs, so it went out 2 slabs wider and then another slab forward.
As you walk out the doors, it feels like a much bigger space now, whereas before it was a bit cramped, wasn't it? And uneven. Like, why do they make it uneven? It just looked weird, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I think we mentioned, but we sold our shed and we got a smaller one from Homebase, which is good, isn't it? I really like our shed.
So much better.
Yeah, you can fit quite a lot in it. And because of the design of it, it sits nicely against the wall. Doesn't take up nearly as much space as what the other one did.
And then we had some wood left over from the decking. Actually, we had quite a lot left over. With that, I decided to make myself some little flower beds. Put little flowers there, which really
I came
cute,
home one day and Elle had made her flower beds, which was amazing. She whipped out the power tools, did it all herself, did a great job as well. And then we added some flowers in there. We are terrible, what is it called? Gardeners. Our flowers are already dying.
We ordered our furniture, the sofa bed, ages ago, like what, January maybe?
Yeah, that's from Homebase.
Yeah, that is from Homebase. Basically, everything was selling out, so we ordered ours quite early on. The table on the decking we got a couple of weeks ago from the range, but that was actually the last one that they had, and they didn't have any left online either, so we were actually really lucky to get our table.
It was the display model, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was good because we got a little bit of money off it, and it's perfect for that decking because when we have friends around, we can, you know, sit multiple people on there. Also, if I want to edit, I can go out there, there's a bit of shade, I can do my video editing out there, and it's just nice to have your lunch on, as well as having that sofa, which is so comfy, by the way.
Yeah.
I highly recommend that.
We actually sit out there and cuddle, don't we, underneath the blanket.
It's honestly,
it's so nice out there.
It's comfy. Apart from that, down the side of the Astroturf, we put some stones. I think they're called like flecked stones from the range.
Flecked?
Fleckney? Fleckney.
No, they're not.
What?
They're called like...
They're definitely Fleckney.
No, it's...
What? What is it then?
Miko or Flamenco.
Flamenco, not... Yeah. What did I say?
Fleeky.
Whatever they're called, we'll put it on the screen. But those are the stones that we got, and they really remind me of the beach. I absolutely love them. We originally intended to just get white ones, didn't we?
Yes.
But I'm glad we got them.
I'm glad we got the coloured ones as well.
They add a bit of colour pop, don't they? Which is nice, and they look really great down that little side. Right, that's enough talking about what we've done. I mean, obviously we would have shown clips over the top of us doing it, but we'll go and give you a proper tour now. And whilst we're doing the tour, we will pop up the prices of what everything cost us. Yeah?
Yeah.
Come on then, let's go. Oh my god, here is the garden, the finished garden. So as you come out the door, we have got our extended patio here with our shed on the left. Over to you, Roni.
You kind of just said it. Here is the patio. We are planning to have the barbecue about here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because we were going to put it on the grass, but we thought that the barbecue would probably melt the grass.
Yeah.
And then we were going to have it there, but then we thought, well, all the black smoke is probably going to go up the house. So we thought we'd have it here.
Yeah.
But there is so much room on this patio. And here is the shed that we keep banging on about. But yeah,
we are so boring that we're getting so excited over a shed. Oh well.
As you can see, it's literally pressed right against the fence, so it takes up like really minimal space. And then down here, we've just got the hose, but it's now nice and hidden away rather than just like crumpled up in a circle on, which was the grass actually there, wasn't it? And the grass went all manky there, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it was all horrible.
All boggy.
And then we've got the path, which goes right up the middle. And like we said, we've moved it over now. So it was like here.
Used to be there, yeah.
It was like going up like there.
Yeah.
So we had a really like small bit of grass that side, and then a really chunky bit of grass that side, and it just didn't look great. So yeah, we moved it over and put it to go up the middle, and then we've got two bits of grass now, which is the same size.
So here is our Astroturf. So let us know how you think we did. It's not perfect, but
That side's better, isn't it?
Do you reckon?
That side's better than this side, I
Yeah.
reckon.
I doubt on camera you might be able to see the join a little bit down there, but when you give it a brush, you can't really see it. And also when the sun's beaming on it, you can't see it at all, can you? It is actually really nice on foot.
It's so nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Walk on without.
Very nice. So along this line we have got our flamenco stones, which we had a bit of a tongue twister earlier. I don't know how we used 6 bags, did we? 5 or 6 bags we ended up using.
6 bags, I think it was.
And we could probably do with maybe one more just to even some parts out. Moving on to the main event, the decking and
What
the
was
pergola.
that?
What? Moving on to the decking and the pergola, which is our favourite part. We love this space and it's turned out incredible, isn't it? We haven't even put the bloody pillows out.
Well, go on then. What are you looking at me for?
So this area we absolutely love. It's turned out incredible. It's actually quite big, to be honest, but we love how big it is. Plenty of space on there to sit down if you want to chill out and also have friends around with the big table that we've got. And having this roof to it, I think just sort of finishes off the look, doesn't it? It makes it feel like more of an area rather than it just being decking. So we're extremely happy with how this turned out. We'll put the costings on the screen and in the description. So if you want to go through and have a look, you can see exactly what we spent.
Fab's mum actually bought us these solar lights. I think they're from the range actually, aren't they? We've just put them over the top. We are going to get the bigger bulbs, like everybody does, and hang them in the middle, but we haven't actually got around to doing that yet. And then we're also going to put the lighting, so Fab's dad's going to come and connect the lights to the outside of the house, and we're going to actually have like the switch so that we have the spotlights going all along the front here, and then all along the sides as well.
That will look nice. That's so something we'll do in the future, isn't it?
Yeah. We've also got some little pots, haven't we?
Yeah.
With some flowers in.
The only ones that are still alive.
Yeah, they are still alive. However, the others are looking a bit worse for wear.
Those are from the range.
Yes.
And they're quite cheap as well, aren't they? Like £4 a pot.
Well, I don't know. I think that's expensive.
Really? And that is our garden renovation finished. Thank you to everyone who has supported. Here is the total on screen, roughly, of what we spent. So if you're thinking about doing the same, then this will give you a rough idea, and it will also be all in the description too. We saved a hell of a lot of money by doing it ourselves and by getting the help of our family and friends, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we have to just say a massive thank you to anyone who helped us on the garden, because without you, we wouldn't have been able to get it done. So thanks a lot. And to everyone who has offered us advice and support throughout the whole series, because it's just been, the support has been amazing, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We hope that this encourages you to give this a go yourself, because I think our content, we want to promote that you can do stuff yourself, even if you don't know a lot about it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we know nothing. If you've been following the channel since we moved in here, you'd have seen all our DIY fails and stuff. So if we can do it, you can definitely do it.
I'm super grateful that I've got someone like Ellen who will just encourage me and give me that kick up the bum that I need to give me the confidence, really, that I can do something. So if you've got people like that...
Well, I don't really give you an option, do I?
No. Hopefully you've got people like that in your life, and if you haven't, then I'm sure you can find them.
You need to be that person.
Yeah, you need to be that person. We love hearing from everyone that is doing a similar thing to us. If you're working on your house or if you're working on your garden, let us know what you're doing. Or if you just enjoyed the video, help us reach new people by commenting down below and liking this video. And if you haven't subscribed already and you're new, then hopefully this has encouraged you to do so. We're going to end the video. We always do this. We choose someone from the comments and give them a shout out. So, Elle.
And yes, I am in my pyjamas.
Oh, yeah. We forgot to point that out. It's the morning and Elle's still in her pyjamas.
We're going to choose from the last garden video, because I know that we've done a double upload this week. So we're going to do it from the last garden video.
Oh, what's that one?
It's like between those two.
Give them both a shout out.
So, oh God.
What? Is it not?
Is it L Brock Spare? I Brock Spare? Looks superb. Well done. And for longer vids, guys. And then Matthew Golding put, looks bang on that. You two, top job.
What was that reading?
So that we could sit out in the sun.
Do that bit again.
No, just let me talk. When you watch this back, you will see how many times you have said, no, do that again. No, do that again. Just flipping let me talk.
Do that section again, otherwise it'll cut really weirdly. Just